Hello students. The sun is up, the sky is blue. It's beautiful and so are you. Welcome to Biodigest. So we are dealing with endocrine system. Please do watch my previous videos for more details. Today in this particular video we will be discussing about the pancreas. So what is endocrine gland? Just explaining the meaning of endocrine gland. Endocrine gland means these are ductless glands that will be pouring their secretions, that is hormones, directly into the blood and not through any special ducts. So today we will discuss about pancreas. Where is the location of pancreas? Let me tell you, location of all the glands is very important for the board exam. So pancreas is located behind the stomach, in the upper left abdomen. So I repeat, where is the location of pancreas? Pancreas is located behind the stomach in the upper left abdomen. Now there is a speciality of this pancreas. Pancreas is both an endocrine as well as exocrine gland. What is the meaning of this? That means pancreas is both a duct gland and a ductless gland. As a duct gland, it will be pouring the secretion, that is pancreatic juice, through a duct into duodenum. Duodenum, jejunum, ileum, the parts of small intestine. Okay, so as a duct gland, pancreas will be pouring what? Pancreas will be pouring pancreatic juice through a duct into duodenum. So it is called as a duct gland. Now why this is called as a ductless gland? This question also is very important for the board exam. So as a ductless gland, pancreas is having certain hormone secreting cells. It is what is known as islets of Langerhans. This islets of Langerhans contains three types of cells. That is alpha cells, beta cells and delta cells. Alpha cells will be producing or secreting a hormone called as glucagon. Beta cells will be secreting a hormone called as insulin. And delta cells will be secreting a hormone called as somatostatin. So all these hormones that are produced by three types of cells, that is alpha cells, beta cells and delta cells, these hormones are directly poured into the blood and not through any special ducts, because of which pancreas is also called as a ductless gland. So I hope this topic is clear to everyone. Why pancreas is known as a duct gland and a ductless gland? In other words, why it is known as exoendocrine gland? So how will you answer it? As a duct gland, pancreas will be pouring pancreatic juice through a duct into duodenum. As a ductless gland, it is having certain hormone secreting cells. That is alpha cells, beta cells and delta cells. Alpha cells produces glucagon, beta produces insulin and delta will be producing somatostatin. All these secretions, that is the so-called hormones, are directly poured into the blood and not through any special ducts. Because of which pancreas is also called as ductless glands. So this group of cells that are present in the pancreas, it's having a name, it is known as islets of Langerhans. Now let us discuss the functions of all these hormones. What is the function of insulin? We will start with insulin. What is the function of insulin? Insulin actually promotes the utilization of glucose by the body. At the same time, it will be promoting the conversion of excess glucose of the blood into glycogen of the liver. Now, insufficient secretion of insulin, that is hyposecretion of insulin. Okay, it is known as hyposecretion or undersecretion of insulin. It will be causing diabetes mellitus. What is this? Mellitus. This word actually means honey. So diabetes mellitus means it's actually the normal diabetes you are familiar with. Isn't it? At least one person in your house will be suffering with diabetes. So that's a common thing. So diabetes commonly called as sugar diabetes. So what is this actually? In diabetes mellitus, the urine is loaded with sugar. Okay? It is also called as hyperglycemia. So what are the symptoms? Urine loaded with sugar. Then loses body weight. A diabetic patient usually feels thirsty. Then usually their blood will be having more amount of sugar. So sugar level will be high in the blood. All these are the symptoms of diabetes mellitus or hyperglycemia, which is actually caused because of hyposecretion of insulin. That means undersecretion of insulin. Okay, so that is about diabetes mellitus. Now, what will happen if hypoglycemia happens? Hypoglycemia means over secretion of insulin. In that case, what will happen? Or imagine that a diabetic patient is given with excess amount of insulin. You might have heard about insulin injection that is given to a diabetic patient. So if excess amount of insulin is provided, what will be the effect? It can lead to a condition known as insulin shock. Okay? So that is hypoglycemia. That means what? An insulin shock will be resulted. Okay? Insulin shock means the person will become unconscious. So this will happen when there is excess secretion of insulin in the body, or if a person is provided with excess amount of insulin. That is what is known as insulin shock. Now let us discuss the function of glucagon. What is the function of glucagon in the body? The glucagon, that is a hormone that is produced by which cell? It is actually produced by the alpha cells of islets of Langerhans. This will be actually stimulating the conversion of glycogen into glucose. Thereby it increases the amount of glucose in the blood. Now coming to the last hormone, that is somatostatin, which is secreted by the delta cells of islets of Langerhans. It is not actually given in the syllabus, but for your understanding I am just giving an extra information. It actually inhibits the secretion of insulin and glucagon. So what is the function of somatostatin? It inhibits the secretion of insulin and glucagon. That is the function of somatostatin.
Let us recall. Pancreas. Location. Behind the stomach in the upper left abdomen. It is both a duct gland as well as a ductless gland. It is a duct gland because its secretion, that is pancreatic juice, is poured into the duodenum for digestion through a duct. It is a ductless gland because it has special groups of hormone secreting cells called islets of Langerhans, which are scattered in the entire gland. These cells produce three hormones, that is, from beta cells insulin, alpha cells glucagon, and delta cells somatostatin, which are directly poured into the blood and not through any duct. Insufficient secretion of insulin causes diabetes mellitus or hyperglycemia. Symptoms: high concentration of sugar in the blood, urine loaded with sugar, the person feels thirsty and loses weight. Over secretion of insulin. The sugar level in the blood is lowered, which is called as hypoglycemia. The patient may become unconscious, which is what is called as insulin shock or hypoglycemia. Glucagon. Function. It stimulates the breakdown of glycogen in the liver to glucose. Thereby it raises the sugar level in the blood. Somatostatin. Function. It inhibits secretion of insulin and glucagon. Please do subscribe Bio Digest. Thank you.